Okay, so a larger than expected pullback came into the market as we got some scares of recession talk and potential rate cuts. Okay, so when that kind of news happens and rate cuts being supposedly kind of a bullish thing for us, well, yes and no, though. Not when the markets have already pre-priced in a huge rate cut, right? So we would, technically have to come back and validate a mean of sorts and then move on to the upside. So that kind of talk, right, came in today earlier in the news somewhere, and then it scared the market. So this is why cryptocurrencies and the traditional equities kind of fell into the deeper grounds here, thus moving further below our expected $2.9487 here. So I will say that there is another chart, though, that we did kind of touch down pretty nicely into the support that we've talked about before, and that, of course, is that support of around the 290 to 289 target. We have made a pretty nice upside and have resisted again into the 296 zone. So now that's making me wonder if these last 4 hours are significant enough to push price action beyond the upsides where we were previously in. Let's find out. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Please do me a favor. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. I with my tongue there, so welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much. My name is Arca. I'm actually coming at you here at around 1 a.m. August 6th, and we're going to see about the probabilities for the price action here on XRP. So let's go ahead and move right along, and hopefully English agrees with my mouth today. So hopefully we can get some good analysis out of the way, right? Good stuff. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and dive in straight to your volatility versus momentum here, as we did get a pretty nice little pump here on the last 4 hours, right? So let's go ahead and pop it up here and see what the deal is. Okay, so very, very nice that this last, this last bit of downside here was kind of contracting, right? So the last thing that you want is think of this volatility metric here as acceleration, right? So this would be expansion is accelerating, going faster in the car, and contraction being deceleration, right? Being you're slowing down on that direction. So as this dropped here, you can see here that we started decelerating instead of accelerating, right? So that means that there could have been a short-lived downside, or at least to a support that is very confluent to other things, whatever that may be. Okay, so this is showing the probability of a potential upside coming in 2 minutes and 7 seconds to close this 5-minute bar, which shows an upside probability, and this likely starts to expand towards an upside. So we could be observing here acceleration. We could actually see it also from the 2-minute time frame. Right there you go. We're starting to accelerate here just a little bit. Upside biases on that 3 minutes, sorry, and we still have around 1 minute and just around half time to close that 3-minute bar. So 10-minute time frame does still, because of this kink here, does still suggest upside continuation, as you can see there. We're very likely going to be resisting here pretty soon, though, somewhere around the areas of just 295.57 to right around 295.62. It's all good, right? It's just temporary. It's only for now, right? So just right around that white line that I drew there. So let's go ahead and see about the pullback coming in, though. Let's see. Upside continues even still into the 15-minute time frame. 1 minute to close on that. Okay, so now your 20-minute time frame does have about 1 minute to close as well, and it's looking pretty damn good here, looking like it's going to print a bullish engulfing, and everything is kind of resisting off of that little line that we just talked about, right? So 30-minute time frame, here we go. This is still showing, and actually that's still showing a pretty strong upside. This guys may not stop just yet. Okay, so we have upside continuation into the hourly time frame with 50 seconds to go. Bi-hourly time frame closing in 50 seconds as well, with upside posturing. Still upside here into the 3-hour. I'm not going to let go just yet. Almost there, almost there. We cannot have any kinks like that, right? It has to be indefinitely pushed to the downside here. 6-hour time frame still shows upside, and still upside into the 8-hour. What the hell is going on? Maybe even the 12-hour. Guys, what the hell is actually going on? Okay, downside actually subsides at the 2-day time frame, which means that we may have already done that, and I think the floor could have been in. So let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. 25 cents, a little bit over that on tap here for a downside, and that looks like your bottom side could have been around the areas of 281. We did reach, let's see, on a bi-daily time frame, we did reach 290. So that's it is fair enough, and I would say that this is just a 50% prior bar pullback on that huge, what was it? The bullish engulfing, which we did talk about, right, guys? We spoke about this downside anyway coming in, as we do get typical 50% retraces of bars like this. But this is suggesting a huge upside, guys. So this means that 2-day time frame is the last time frame that I'm getting for upside. So that means 25 cents. If this does reach back to the targets of around 307, that means that we can get a top side of around 332 or 333, which is very confluent to the top sides that we have here around the 327 target, right? Okay, that's only if this 2-day time frame within the next 15 hours and 59 minutes, 11 seconds and counting, reaches up to 307 and opens the new 2-day counter at 307. So if it doesn't do that, right, and if it just kind of opens up here around 295, we'll just make the math according to that, right? But still, we have just about 16 hours here to close this bar, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can make it all the way to that top. So far, guys, this is looking very good, and it's looking like it's going to start recovering, like it already did start recovering, and we're getting some pretty nice signals even in this immediate short term. Take a look at this inverse head and shoulders kind of building out right here, guys. So we can go ahead and get a more immediate short-term target using the regression of this inverse head and shoulders here, right? So let's go ahead and take that, right? That's the neckline on top. We'll draw the implied target by getting it from the neckline all the way down to the lowest part of the head. This is looking like we could make from the center of your right hand shoulder, which could be maybe here as soon as it stops fabricating it, we could be seeing a target of about $3.02, almost 303. Your hard target, of course, would actually be more along the lines of this section here. Let's go ahead and just kind of put it down, guys. I would say anywhere between the targets of about 301 to roughly 303.28. Okay, guys, so that looks like there could be resistance at that point there, but it is nonetheless looking pretty damn good. Okay, this is another reason here that price action would be making an upside, as this is a broadening wedge. Take profit target on the broadening wedge is 299.26. Okay, guys, the next upside target here, should we break out from the areas of 296, would be located between this section right in here. 299.69 to 298.46 expected to come in. It's looking very, very, very good. Okay, guys. So expect also Bitcoin to make this continuation to the upside just for the moment, and it is also showing on USDT as the tether dominance as a potential area of resistance here, right? So now that we reach this zone here, we could actually come back down, validate somewhere down here at around 4.36% lows, even come down a little bit lower, right? I mean, 4.36 it feels like okay there, right? So 4.36 feels like we can get a bounce from that 4.46 and then get this upside here. So yeah, guys, as soon as we start reaching the $3, maybe even into 332, should it be that we get that far, there could be another pullback coming in to validate the actual $3 zone. Should it be 330, or it would be your $3 target to maybe the lower bound where we were just, or I'm sorry, the 306 to the $3 target too. So let's see if we can't get ourselves into that kind of reaction here, right, guys? Because what I really meant to say is your $3 back to your 290s. So let's see if we can get that. We can't get that going, guys. Very nice inverse head and shoulders building out here, and it does show also the probabilities of a potential $3.52 zone. Okay, so that's it is kind of a high target for the immediate, right? So let's just see how we can do this, because we have we're in the validation process here, guys. We're going through this big fight here of all this resistance. We got to break above that. We're recovering here a complete structure to this upside bound. These are your equal moves, right? This is your top side, this is your bottom side. 50% is located somewhere in here around the 321-ish area where we've been resisting. So let's take it step by step, but it's looking okay so far. All right, guys. Yeah, so I think, yeah, guys, so if any questions or concerns, you reach out to me, okay, team? But yeah, I think this is a pretty good place to leave off. And we shall speak very, very scary Jerry Larry soon. Love you guys. We'll talk soon. Please take whatever I do, show, and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Ever, 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 ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios, team. yeah.